That's where we come. You're going to have our personal phone numbers, our emails. You're going to have everything except our social security number.
Hi there. You're watching the Light of Care podcast on YouTube or listening on Spotify. This podcast is about our company, FirstLight Home Care of San Francisco and the Peninsula. Our goal is to provide comfort, company, and respite care to elders in need. This podcast aims to educate seniors and their families about the resources and support available to help them live well and age with confidence. I'm your host, Lynn Carteris, and today I'm here with Sami Freitas and Steele Nakamoto of National Life Group. They will help us understand the power of living benefits. Whether you're planning for your own future or supporting an aging loved one, this conversation will open your eyes to how life insurance can be more than a policy. It can be a form of care. Welcome to the show, you two.
Thank you for having us.
So glad to have you both. This question will be both of you answering. Let's start with Steele. What brought you to this industry?
I always enjoyed more of the financial aspect of life insurance. And my background's in accounting.
Okay.
So I like numbers. That's the kind of the nerd side of me comes out. When I see numbers on a page, I like to dive deep into it.
Okay.
And I learned how certain types of policies can be used for financial reasons. For some people, it could be for something like retirement, for example. So when I was shown how the illustration software works and I saw the numbers on the page and I was just diving deep into it and it got me real excited. So I wanted to learn more and more about it. And as I learned more about it, I learned how amazing it is. And it's just something that many people don't really know about.
Okay, your turn, Sami.
So for me, my background is in golf. So I was in a very different industry. And back in 2020, my dad suffered a stroke. And that flipped his life upside down, and the family just kind of scrambled on how we can care for him. Of course, I'm here in Cali. He's in Hawaii. So I had to go home and, just help out with ways that I can. But that was a big scare, especially the cost that it was going to be out of pocket to take care of him because he was paralyzed after the stroke from his right neck down, right side only. So it was just something we didn't see coming, obviously. That's just how it happens. My wife had a cancer scare. We had a couple of friends dealing with cancer. My wife lost her mom 2019. So many things were happening that it was just a no-brainer when this idea of life insurance with living benefits came about. It just maybe timing, but when a friend spoke to me about it, it just opened my eyes and wanted me to, educate myself and my family.
One last question just for the two of you quickly. How'd you guys connect?
I'm born and raised here in the Bay Area, so we have weekly trainings in our office in San Mateo.
Okay.
And she started coming to our office when she moved up here in July 2025. So we just connected, and I told her I do a lot of networking events. So I said, why don't you just come join me, because sometimes there's too many people there for me to talk to. And so she started joining me. It was a great partnership. She's very strong in the whole living benefits part of it.
So let's dive into what you guys offer. And I think that this will be very informative to people who watch and know nothing about benefits. I think this is going to be really important. I'm very excited. But what sets National Life Group apart from other companies? Because everyone has an insurance company, right? Especially people at my age. We all have insurance companies. But what sets you apart? And why would people come to you?
Yeah, no, I love that question because National Life Group they are different in the sense that one, they've been around for 177 years. Wow. So it just shows already they know what they're doing. Mm-hmm. They're financially solid. Two, they are the innovators or pioneers to living benefits. So they are the industry leaders in making living benefits mainstream here in the U.S. And they're constantly looking, how can we improve our living benefits, ways that people can have access while alive when life throws interruptions. And just that alone makes them they're changing the game.
Many people think of life insurance only as something that helps after, right? Once somebody passes. So please explain how living benefits change that traditional idea.
A lot of people nowadays are getting sick. And when I say sick, I don't mean a cold or a flu. I mean something serious like cancer, heart attack, stroke, Parkinson's,
dementia.
yes. And it list goes on. Or people will get into a bad car accident and they're in a wheelchair for many, many months. And if you find yourself in that situation, what are you supposed to do? Especially when you still have to pay your mortgage or your rent, you still have to put food on the table, you still have to pay utilities. Health insurance will cover the medical bills, some of it, hopefully all of it if you have a good plan, but it's not going to cover the everyday expenses. And that's when a lot of people get into trouble. That's when a lot of people have to open up things like a GoFundMe or ask family to borrow money. But instead of asking family to borrow money from, why don't you just tap into your life insurance policy?
Tell me what you guys see as the biggest misconceptions that can make people more informed and confident in making decisions to purchase.
All right, I'll start with one that you hear quite often, which is, I'll get it later. Or, it goes on the back burner. And I get it. We don't see it as a number one priority. But instead, I feel like we can't live without it, to be honest. Like, it should be something that everyone has. So that idea of, I don't need it now, I can get to it later, is, a normal reaction or response. But the truth is, life insurance is based on age, risk, and you can wait, but if something happens along the way, you can be uninsurable, right, unfortunately, or it becomes way more expensive.
Okay, what's your biggest misconception?
Biggest one is cost. And that's the first thing so many people think about when it comes to purchasing anything, is how much is it going to cost me? And a lot of people think life insurance is really expensive. It doesn't have to be that expensive. And that's what I love about how we do it, is we don't just say, okay, this is what it is. We work with our clients and figure out what's within their budget, what's affordable to them. The last thing we want to do is create another bill for somebody, but we want them to realize that this is something that's going to benefit them.
That's the kind of stuff I want you to explain.
Every individual, every client that we come across, it's going to be different. Everyone's needs are different. Everyone's lifestyle is different.
Okay.
Everyone's age is different.
That's right.
Everything is different. So it starts with us getting to know the client, figure out what their goals are,
Okay.
what their desires are, what they want for the future, what's the reason they're getting life insurance. And so we have fact finders that we go through and we ask them these list of questions, and from the answers they give us, we're able to tailor something to their needs. And of course, affordability always comes into play again.
Of course.
Some people want the coverage, some people want a financial strategy. So that's a big place where I like to start, because that's going to help us determine how we need to set it up for them.
Do you feel like the insurance companies are adapting to the fact that everybody's living longer?
That's what I love about National Life Group, is they are adapting to all the changes. Society changes so much, and it changes so fast. Mm-hmm. If you're not innovating, if you're not adjusting, you're falling behind. Mm-hmm. And National Life Group, especially with the living benefits package that we offer, is proving that they are adapting with the time. So for example, just 2 years ago in 2023, we added a new rider, a new Alzheimer's rider. No other company offers that.
And does home care included in that? Like if they wanted to have a caregiver come and live with them, that would be covered? So the insurance company basically doesn't care what you use it for.
That's right.
Correct.
Okay,
and
interesting.
That is interesting. Yeah, they're always looking, how can we improve and help Middle America? And like you said, aging, policies run to, it used to be 100, now it's to 120. And I think it's even extending to age 125. Wow. Anyways, so they are on top of it.
If you could give one piece of advice to people that are intimidated but are thinking about using insurance at this point, what would you say to them to help them take that first step?
Yeah, I would just say definitely go to someone you're comfortable with, someone that you trust, that you like, because it can be very daunting. It's not a comfortable feeling when you start talking about insurance, about you getting sick, about you possibly dying, right? Leaving your family. All of those are kind of heavy questions. Mm-hmm. So when you find someone that, you like, or you have a good referral, I would just say spend 15, 20 minutes. Just get to hear what their policies entail.
You guys are awesome. I'm so grateful for you coming in. I want you to look in that camera, and I want you to each tell us how to get hold of you.
My name's Sami Freitas. You can find me at SamiF808@gmail.com, or you can give me a call or text 949-257-7821.
And my name's Steele Nakamoto. My email address is steele.nakamoto@gmail.com. And my phone number, 510-919-7110.
We've got more interviews on the way for now. A huge thank you to my team. This could never happen without you. For more information, check out our website at thepeninsula.firstlighthomecare.com and follow us on our social media pages. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.